Hey everyone, it's great to have you with us today as we take this deep dive into, well, cybersecurity. We hear that term everywhere these days, but what does it actually mean?
Yeah, and it's not just about knowing, it's about understanding.
Hmm.
Because this stuff, it affects all of us.
Totally. So I guess a good place to start is, you know, what ICU cybersecurity? In a nutshell, it's all about protecting our digital lives. Everything from like our computers and smartphones to the massive amounts of data that's out there.
Right. Think of everything you do online banking, shopping, even just sending emails. That's all digital information. And cybersecurity is what helps keep it safe from, well, the bad guys.
Exactly. It's like in the real world, we have locks on our doors and security systems, right? Cybersecurity is kind of the digital equivalent.
And it's just as important, if not more so, these days. I mean, our lives are so intertwined with technology now.
Totally. Okay, so you mentioned the bad guys. What exactly are we up against here? What are the biggest threats in the cybersecurity world?
Well, it's a constantly evolving landscape, right? But some of the biggies are things like data breaches, where hackers break into systems and steal information, malware, which is basically nasty software designed to wreak havoc on your devices, and of course, let's not forget good old-fashioned human error.
Right, we've all been there. That moment you almost clicked on a sketchy link or replied to a phishing email that looked way too real. I've definitely had a few close calls myself.
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there. But the thing is, those phishing scams, they're getting more sophisticated. It's not just those dodgy emails with typos anymore.
So it's not enough to just have good antivirus software anymore.
Right. It's about being vigilant, being aware of the threats, and knowing how to protect yourself.
And that's where I guess understanding the core principles of cybersecurity comes in, right? It's like knowing the rules of the game so you don't get played.
Exactly. And one of the most fundamental frameworks is something called the CIA triad.
Okay, hold up. CIA, as in like spies and secret agents.
Not quite, but it's almost as cool. CIA, in this case, stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Break it down for us. What do those even mean in terms of cybersecurity?
Sure. Confidentiality is all about keeping our data secret. Think of it like your personal diary. You don't want anyone else reading that, right? Well, the same principle applies to your digital information. Whether it's your bank details, medical records, or even just private messages, confidentiality ensures that only authorized people have access.
Makes sense. So what about integrity? What does that one entail?
Okay, so imagine you're looking at a document, maybe a contract or something important, and you realize someone's tampered with it. Changed some numbers, added a clause you don't remember agreeing to that's a breach of integrity. In cybersecurity, integrity means ensuring that data hasn't been altered or corrupted without authorization.
So basically, it's like having a digital seal of authenticity on our data, right?
Exactly. It gives you confidence that the information you're accessing is accurate and hasn't been messed with.
And lastly, we have availability. What's that all about?
Imagine you're trying to buy something online, but the website keeps crashing. You can't access your account, you can't complete your purchase. That's a classic example of an availability issue.
Right, so frustrating.
Super frustrating. Availability is all about ensuring that data and systems are up and running whenever we need them.
So those are the three pillars of the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Exactly. And they all work together to create a robust cybersecurity posture.
Right, because what's the point of having a super secret, unbreakable vault if you can't even get the door open when you need something, right?
Exactly.
This is fascinating stuff, and it really highlights why cybersecurity is becoming more and more important, especially as technology keeps advancing.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. We're moving towards a world of self-driving cars, smart homes, and who knows what else.
Yeah, and all of that relies on data and connectivity. It's exciting, but also a bit daunting when you think about the potential risks.
It is. But that's why cybersecurity is such a crucial field. As our reliance on technology grows, so too does the need to protect it.
And to be honest, it's not just about protecting data and systems, it's about protecting people.
100%.
Think about it. Identity theft, financial fraud, even disruption to critical infrastructure, those are all real-world consequences of cyber attacks.
It's not just about numbers on a screen.
Yeah.
This stuff has real-world impacts.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the what, the why, and the how of cybersecurity. But before we wrap up, I have one final burning question.
Huge.
As we become even more reliant on technology, which, let's face it, is inevitable, What do you think will be the biggest cybersecurity challenges of the future? I mean, it feels like a constant race to stay ahead of the bad guys.
Oh, that's a great question, and a tough one to answer definitively. But I think one of the biggest challenges will be addressing the cybersecurity skills gap.
The skills gap.
Yeah, we simply don't have enough qualified professionals to fill all the cybersecurity roles that are out there. And as technology advances, that gap is only going to widen.
Wow, I hadn't even considered that. So it's not just about having the technology, but also the people who know how to use it and defend against those who want to exploit it.
Precisely. We need more people who understand cybersecurity, who can think like the attackers and stay one step ahead.
It's like a never-ending game of cat and mouse. That's a pretty sobering thought.
It is, but it's also an exciting time to be in the cybersecurity field. There's so much opportunity for growth and innovation.
Absolutely. Well, on that note of cautious optimism, we're going to have to wrap things up there. But folks, I hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of the complex and crucial world of cybersecurity. It's something that affects all of us, and the more we know, the better equipped we are to stay safe online.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, stay curious, stay vigilant, and until next time.